Hello, mixtresses and mixters. This is Mixtressrae. You're watching Mixtress video, and I'm going to show you guys. Yesterday I just like totally rearranged like my altar spaces and deck storage and stuff. And then I saw Pappa Squirrel's video today that he had recently done the same thing. So I guess this is kind of a VR to Pappa Squirrel's altar shelf reorganization. I don't know, whatever. Not an official VR, but it's a VR. So if you guys have seen, me do these kinds of things before, you will maybe remember that all of my tarot decks used to be on this shelf. And now there's only 3 on this shelf. There's Modern Witch, Wild Unknown, and then Santa Muerte. Just move this little thing out of the way. Yeah, they were all on this shelf, so I took them off, and I decided that this shelf is now just going to be for little trinkets and incense and all of my jars of like my moon water, and which it just says moon water. I really just fill it up with water from the tap because it ends up going in this little vessel as an offering to my cat. So and then I've got rose and lavender and mint that I harvested from my house. And this jar right here is a bunch of hair that people have given me over the years. Mostly my best friend Jill and my Michael, his hair in there. The blonde is my friend Jill. Grave dirt from my favorite cemeteries in town. Even though this shelf kind of looks dirty, I cleaned it very thoroughly today. It just has like the finish that's on the shelf is just not, I don't know, it's not consistent or something. So it looks like it's dirty, but it's really not because I cleaned it thoroughly today. So I took everything off of here. I also have dirt that I harvested from my childhood bedroom and some rocks and other things, some black salt back there. Yeah, anyway, this is not like a thorough tour. I've got my little Slayer area. Yeah, I put these, oh God, I hope these don't fall off. Gorgeous little deer figurines. A friend of mine forever ago made this cool little mushroom and my incense burner. So yeah. And then, okay, so those 3 decks are there now. My Marigold Tarot is hanging up here next to my tarot table. I always have my current deck that I'm working with for the week on my little tarot table. And then my card of the day is always here. And then I've been slowly and methodically going through Kali Oracle. That is my card of the month back in the back. And my Kali Mala beads hanging on this cool little hand stand. I love hands. I would kind of like to have, since I have this hand over here, I would kind of like to get another one to go on this other side. Okay, so this is where the majority of my decks are stored now. It's in my little closet space. So almost all of these are just the boxes. So the Spirit Tarot cards, they're in the box. The Egyptian Tarot and the Housewives Tarot are the only other 2 that are actually in the boxes. The rest of these are all empty boxes because, sorry, I didn't actually tidy up beforehand. So there's my coffee mug and stuff. This is, like I've shown you guys before, this is my little cubby that I use for client readings and stuff. So I've got some of my most used oracle decks in here. This is an oracle deck I made myself. That's in a box. It's in the Botanical Inspirations or something box. I don't have that deck anymore. This is the Begin Oracle. This is Vintage Wisdom, and this is Goddess Oracle. I have my German version trimmed of Modern Witch right there. Then this cubby is most of my oracle decks. So the ones that are actually in the boxes are the 4 on the right here and Dark Mirror. But then I have these 3 decks here I use really often for client readings. So that's a Minty Oracle, Everyday Witch, and Oneromancy, which I've been using lately as just kind of a basic oracle deck. I really like it for that because the themes can really be interpreted in a basic way, but the artwork is anything but basic. So I don't know, it's really working out for me lately. So it's coming out for almost all my client readings lately. So then I have most of my tarot decks now are either, those are all in their boxes back there, and there's a couple of bags in that little holder, but these are kind of 3 more recent acquisitions that I'm kind of still getting to know: White Newman, Stunning Tarot, and Desert Illuminations. These are like the only 3 decks, with the exception of Housewives Tarot that I just showed you up there, which literally I just got in the mail like less than an hour ago. So I have not found a proper space for that or even decided if I like it yet. And then these are just kind of more important decks to me. Darkwood and Shadowscapes, I wanted to be close to each other because I think they're sister decks. And then Sasarai Bito comes out for a lot of client readings. I don't actually use it for myself that often, but it comes out for a lot of client readings. And then I have Mystic Mondays in the back, which I kind of want to use more. I don't use it that often, but I think it would be a really good one for just like client readings and stuff. I have Children of Letha back in the back there. I don't know if she's going to stay there. I don't use her very often because even though the imagery is beautiful, I just fucking hate that cardstock with the Fire of 1,000 Suns. So I never use it. And then we have obviously just Smith Waite right there. Down at the bottom, this is just my paper recycling. And then I have, that's just a bunch of craft stuff for the most part. That dark wood is actually, there's a bunch of different like incomplete tarot decks inside. Just the cards, incomplete tarot decks. Because I have a lot of like where I've hung artwork on the wall, or like, you know, if I decide I don't really like a deck, I will hang the artwork on the wall. I will hang like the cards that I do like on the wall, and then I'll have the rest of the deck. And actually, this right here is right now I'm just calling it Song Oracle. It's kind of a prototype of an oracle deck. So I just used the card backs of that 90s tarot. And I just wrote down some of my, obviously highly subjective, but maybe I should call it Mixtress Oracle. But some of my favorite songs. So I'm going to start using these in client readings and pick a pile readings as well, so that, you know, I can pick a song for you guys and just sort of read you some lyrics. And yeah, so this is like, it's between 60 and 65 cards. So this is a sizable oracle deck. It's my new prototype. I might actually create a version of it. It's my beer from like 2 nights ago. Need to put that up. Okay, and then I have just a couple other oracle decks. Animal Spirit Oracle by Kim Kranz is in Time Out. She is under this gorgeous, cheesy little cat paperweight because she needs to learn to not take herself so seriously. And then I have Legendary Ladies Goddess Oracle here. And then this is Oracle of the Strange Forest. I did have someone ask me to go through that and show you guys the keywords. That should probably be a different video though, right? I shouldn't just like get that out and do that now. Anyway, this is all just to show you guys that I reorganized some things and we're going to see how it goes. Because I just kind of, every time I see someone like going through their deck collection and they have decks out, I'm always so jealous. And I'm just like, I just want my decks to be out. I want to be able to just grab them really quick. So we'll see how this goes. I'm thinking I'm going to like it. And I'm hoping that this will lead me to acquire less decks as well. Because my theory is that, you know, it's going to be harder to make space for decks in this context. Like I'm going to actually have to like rotate decks out because not all of them can be out at the same time. I'm going to have to go through rotations, and I want to have a smaller, more controlled collection. Like I really only have I think 16 or 17 Oracle decks and like 25 tarot decks, but I do have like a few. I do have 2 Kickstarters, and then Serpent Fire Tarot is pre-ordered. So I have another 3 decks at least that are going to be coming into my collection in the next few months. So I don't know. I might even get rid of a few. I just set aside Moonchild Tarot last night. I never thought I would get rid of that one, but now that I know more about tarot, like that deck kind of bothers me because I just don't think it's super thoughtful as far as the meanings of the cards a lot of the time. That's just my personal opinion. Like, no shade if you like Moonchild. I definitely loved Moonchild for a long time. I've had it for like 2.5 years, but I just put it in my purgatory drawer space, as I call it. And yeah, anyway, this is just my messy little closet space. And I think it's going to be more useful for me. We'll see. Anyway, thank you guys for watching.